Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another video. Today I just wanted to do a quick one talking about Saturday's fight, Canelo-Chavez. Not really. This isn't really a post-fight talk or a little bit of a breakdown video. This is just the overall outlook of the fight and why it happened. You know, I just feel like a lot of people were upset with the performance of Chavez Jr. Or the overall outcome. But But if you knew Chavez before this fight, you really wouldn't have expected much because Canelo Chavez Jr. It was just a pure entertainment fight. Um, that's why I didn't even really do a breakdown video of this fight. I didn't even really, make a call or a little prediction like of who's gonna win this fight. I just felt like this was one of these fights that was made to bring out the stars and the casual fans, who know Canelo but couldn't tell you who Terrence Crawford is or Errol Spence. You know, this was just a big fight on a Maypac level of stars, from Mexico. But unlike the Maypac fight, there was no significance. For Mayweather and Pacquiao, that fight was to decide who was the best fighter of the past 20 years. Um, I think the biggest part of this fight for me was seeing if Chavez Jr., if he could make the weight, something he hasn't, this was a weight he hasn't been close to since 2012. And even then, he came in kind of bloated against Sergio Martinez. Um, I think that the whole thing with bringing in the new trainer for Chavez, Nacho Berenstein, I just think this was a way to hype the fight up to make you think that okay, he's got him on the right path. Because when the fight started, right there you could already see that Nacho, right from round one, you could see that Nacho gave him the wrong plan of trying to box. Why is he going to try to outbox a guy when his hands are slower than Canelo and he's never been known as a boxer? It seemed like he would have tried to help him with his brawling game or his punching game. Because overall, it was just like, fans of Chavez Sr. and, the haters of Canelo, they just wanted to see Chavez Jr. go in there and put on a scrap. They just wanted to see him go in there and show, that heart that his father has. But, not every son is going to carry that flame that the father has, and I think that's the pressure, which I'll get back into. But again, like I said, the brawl they wanted him to put on was just impossible because again the weight was 164. Maybe if he was blown up again, like 175 or pushing 180, he could have did something. But Canelo and Chavez, they came in at the same weight, 164. So there was no way that Chavez was going to have that strength advantage. I mean, if you look at how 164 looked on Canelo versus Chavez Jr., you would have definitely understood why Canelo was able to put the performance on that he was able to do. This was all to Canelo's advantage, much like Floyd. Whenever Floyd made him come down just 2 pounds, to 152, he wanted to call the shots. He wanted to get the name in there. Somebody that carried a big name and then just dominate him. To pull in that big crowd. Which he did. So back to Chavez Jr. Him going in there, having that pressure on him. I think it was just a mixture of that pressure and just the weight that was just like, he's not his father. Not everybody's going to carry that torch that the father was able to carry. You know, I just think that from round one, that was just riding his mind. So he kept trying to establish a plan in there. But from I thought that in the beginning, but from like round two and three, I just think he just was in there just to get the money after that, because it was just like, okay, let me just go here and survive, just do, just go ahead and prod along for 12 rounds, but I'm not gonna really do much. I'm just gonna earn this money, stay in 12 rounds. My real battle was making the weight. I did that. I won that. I can raise my hands of victory. That's what it seemed like, because ever trying to come, it just never seemed like he was trying to come up with a plan to ever win or, establish anything over Canelo. It's just all about the money. So from here, Canelo, he's had his gimmies, Khan, Liam Smith, but now, he has to get back on the road to a significant fight, which September 17th, him and Triple G are finally going to face off. After their nicely little rehearsed announcement, which kind of makes me think whether or not Danny Jacobs did as good as he did. They still wouldn't have gave him they still wouldn't have gave it to him anyway. It just seemed like they really had a lot invested in this build-up. But yeah, this is the fight that the fans want now. Especially after the Jacobs performance. This is definitely the fight that Canelo wants. Seeing as a Triple G aged overnight in his eyes. So I feel like Canelo's confidence is riding higher now. So let's see Triple G Canelo. No more of no more of these just plain gimme fights now. Now it's time to get back on the road to a real fight.